Good morning, dear students. Next, we are going to study the position of Indian subcontinent in world economy. It is between 1st AD up to 1991. Between the 1st and the 7th centuries CE, India is established to have the largest economy of the ancient and medieval world, controlling about 1/3 and 1/4 of the world's wealth. So India was one of the very powerful country, or a very leading country in the world. So it was controlling more than 1/3 of the wealth of the entire world. Okay, or about 1/3 or 1/4 in between that of the world's wealth was controlled by India. So such a powerful country was there. The country was often referred to as Swarna Bhumi. Okay, so the name of Swarna means gold. So Swarna Bhumi means place of gold, means place of very rich things. Okay, so place of riches, we can say. It is very like golden place, like that, isn't it? So it is a place of very high amount of wealth. So that kind of a name was there. Or Swaran Deep. Swaran Dweep means that Dweep means island, and Swaran means golden island. So that was the name considered for our country. So it was used in that way because there was so much amount of wealth in India. In the writings of many travelers such as Megasthenes, Phaeton, Xuanzang, and Al-Biruni, Ibn Battuta, Frenchman, Francos, and others. They repeatedly refer to the prosperity of the country. So whenever they have made a visit to our country, and in that when they make their travelogues and all, when they have written books about their travels or about different countries, so they refer to our country as a very prosperous country, very rich country. So it was there, so much amount of wealth was there in our country. So it is showing in that. The pre-colonial period in India's history was an age of prosperity for Indian economy, and made the Europeans embark great voyage of discovery. So pre-colonial period means before the Britishers or others make colony in our country. Before that, India was a very rich country, but afterwards the prosperity has been stolen by other people, okay, other countries. So age of prosperity for Indian economy, and made the Europeans embark great voyage of discovery. So there, especially the people from Europe, Europeans and all, they used to come and collect. For collecting the products, they used to come, and making business relationships, they used to come. Initially, they came to plunder, but soon realized the rewards of trade in exchange of gold and silver. So they came to plunder. Plunder means to take away the things. But they found, or they discovered the importance, or they discovered the value of making transactions or making trade with our country. So later on, they started making relationship in that way. Despite the growing commercial sector, it is evident that the 18th century India was far behind Western Europe in technology, innovation, and ideas. So by 18th century, India became very much poor or backward in case of technology, innovation, and ideas. So the technology, or by the time India was under the control of Britishers or other foreign invaders, they came and they captured our country, and we were not having much freedom to work. And if they find that any persons or any people are capable, either they kill them or they will take them to their own country. So that was the system that they used. With the increasing control of the East India Company causing lack of freedom and no occurrence of agricultural and scientific revolution, limited reach of education to the masses, population growth, and preference to machines over manual skills made India a country which was prosperous but with a people who were poor. So that there so much amount of problems were there when the Britishers came to India. So they started making use of the people. So they country is developing, or country is prosperous, but the people of the country is becoming poor, because the people, they are working and making the benefit is reaped by the Britishers. So such kind of system was there. They had companies, or they have their own work, like the British companies were there. So they were for all the activity that we were doing, we had to pay taxes to the British government. So this tax was very much high. So it's like, if we are cultivating, if we sell a product of 100 rupees, around 80 rupees we have to pay as tax. Okay, 60 to 80% of the income that had to be paid as a tax to the Britishers. So when what happens is that the more benefit is enjoyed by the Britishers, and only a very little portion of the hard work, or just sufficient enough, not even sufficient enough for their life. So that much also they were not getting. So that was the problem that they faced. So because of that, the development was not going in a proper way, and there was also some other problems, like because of because of the over controlling of the East India Company, causing lack of freedom and no occurrence of agriculture. So they have agricultural activities were not being done proper. There was only limited reach of education to the masses. So there was a very high amount of population was there, and education was not being given properly. So children were not given proper education, and that is why they were not able to get development. Population growth and preference to machines over manual skills made India a country which was prosperous, but with the people who were poor. So they were giving more importance to the machines than manual. So people, they are not getting. So workers are not getting much benefit. So such a way the country is prosperous, but the people in the country was not getting any much benefit of that. So the people were remaining as poor. The British Empire began to take roots in India in the mid-18th century. The East India Company used revenues generated by the provinces under its rule for purchasing Indian raw materials, spices and goods. So the Britishers, they came to India for their business purposes, but they found that our country is not having a proper political background, or political system is not there. So we are there were around 160 or even more than that small countries were there, and they were fighting each other always. Okay, so what they did is that they started joining with one particular country, and they helped them to attack the other country, and they said that we will help you to conquer the other country, but you have to give us half of this country. Okay, so then they say that okay, or they will make agreements. So they the political leaders, or the people, those who were there, they were not much educated, or they were not having much idea regarding what to do. So they were simply putting signature on the all the agreements that they are making. So but once if their agreement is made, then they were giving promises to give our products, our raw materials to them with a very low cost, or such kind of agreements were there. So some kind of cheating activities were done by them. So in that way we had to follow the instructions. So once if we are taking the support of the British East India Company, then we will become the slaves of them. So that was the method that they used. So such a way they were dividing our country and trying to rule. Okay, the East India Company used revenues generated by the provinces under its rule for purchasing Indian raw materials, spices and goods. Hence the continuous inflow of bullion that used to come on account of foreign trade stopped. This changed the condition of the Indian economy from being an exporter of processed goods to the to the exporter of raw materials and buyer of manufactured goods. So what the Britishers, what they have done is that, see, like earlier India was producing the products, we were making the finished products and selling it to the foreign countries and making lot amount of income. But what happened is that when Britishers came, when British East India Company came, what they did is that they purchased raw materials from Indians. So from India they purchase raw materials and they make their own company, and British East India Company will produce the product and they will make the output or the manufactured product. Okay, so they purchase the raw material in a very low cost from our people. Okay, and they will manufacture it and sell it in a very high price to the same people. Okay, so they are just they will purchase, like imagine that if they are purchasing raw material for 10 rupees and they will make the product and they will make it ready and sell it in maybe 100 or 150 rupees. Okay, so the people, those who are manufacturing it, those who are working it, they will get only very little amount of money, and people. So the people, same people, we will have to purchase this product because for our use. So then we have to pay money for that. So the income that we were getting by selling the finished product to other countries has been stopped. Okay, so in this one gradually lead to the poverty in our country. India begins to reindustrialize. So the next one more topic that we have to study is about the India begins to reindustrialize. After the independence, the process of rebuilding the economy started, and India went for the centralized planning. The first 5-year plan was implemented in 1952. Due importance was given to the establishment of modern industries, modern technological and scientific institutes, space and nuclear programs. So after the independence, so by the time India was one of the leading country, but when Britishers came, then they have plundered everything, they have looted everything and went and they made our country just as a place for their growth. Okay. So after the independence, when we got our freedom, we have to work, we have to make the industry. So much amount of work was required. So we have to develop everything from the point of view, from the 0 point onwards. So from first step onwards, we had to build up the things. So then the first 5-year plan was made for improving the infrastructural development of our country, and that was there. So they give more concentration on modern industries, modern technological and scientific institutes, space and nuclear programs. So all these type of things, they were given more concentration and started to do the development. Despite these efforts, the Indian economy could not develop at a rapid pace, because see, like if a country has been entirely spoiled, all the riches has been removed, so there is no much balance in that. So all the good things, whatever were there, has been taken away by the Britishers. So after that there was nothing much remaining in our country, but still India is having a lot amount of scope. So they so much amount of plans and procedures were done, but a rapid growth cannot be seen. Lack of capital formation, rise in population, huge expenditure on defense and inadequate infrastructure were the major reasons. So the India was not able to improve or make a rapid change. It is because of the lack of capital formation. Huge amount of capital cannot be collected. See, like earlier, only the government has to invest. The people or private individuals are not having not were in a healthy position to invest. So they were not much investors and all were not there. So capital formation was very much a complicated procedure. Rise in population. The population was increasing very rapidly, and huge expenditure on defense. So once we are captured by other countries, so we have to be careful about those kind of things not to happen in the future. So we have to be careful about the defense. So there was huge expenditure on the defense, and inadequate infrastructure, proper infrastructure were not there. That is another problem. As a result, India relied heavily on borrowings from foreign sources and finally agreed to economic liberalization in 1991. So we had to borrow money from foreign countries and for making our infrastructural development and so on. So, but we were not able to manage this one. So after that, we had to go for a liberalization. So it's in the year 1991, LPG, liberalization, privatization, and globalization. So this three process has been taken place. So such a way, because of that, the country started developing. The Indian economy is one of the fastest growing economies in the world today, and preferred FDI destination, rising incomes, saving investment opportunities, increased domestic consumption, and younger population ensures growth for decades to come. The high growth sectors have been identified, which are likely to grow at a rapid pace world over, and the recent initiatives of Government of India, such as Make in India, Skill India, Digital India, and roll out the foreign trade policy, is expected to help the economy in terms of exports and imports and trade balance. So now our country is in the position of development. We have a lot amount of procedures, lot amount of new techniques are there. So we are trying to come up to the position of a developed country. Okay, so we are still in developing stage, but we will one day, we expect that we will reach to the position of developed countries. Okay, so for that we are making so many plans, so many procedures are there, like Make in India or Skill India or Digital India. All these type of procedures are there. So because of that, the in the country is trying to develop. Okay, so the remaining portion we study in the next class. Okay, thank you so much.